What's good, YouTube? It's your boy AC Coolin, aka Big AC, back again with yet another banger for y'all, man. Now in this video, I'm gonna touch on the topic that a lot of people are curious about. Some of y'all might already know about it, some of y'all might not know nothing at all, or some might just want to know more stuff about it. You know, I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube, people talking about working at like Foot Locker, Champs, what's another store, like Finish Line, Foot Action, you know, all them stores like that, even the Nike retail store. But not many videos, if any, have talked about how it is to work at like the actual Nike distribution center itself. You know what I'm saying? The warehouse with like majority of your shoes, clothes, you know, the stuff from sneakers, all that good stuff, where that stuff comes from. So this video, I'm gonna touch on like, you know, the basics, not go too deep into it because, you know, it's still some things that I probably can't say, you know, as far as like what goes on, like, you know, behind the scenes, but I'm gonna say enough for y'all to get like an understanding of like, you know, an average, you know, work day is inside of, you know, one of Nike's distribution centers. So a lot of you may know, some of y'all might not know, but I work for like the Nike distribution center down in Memphis. You know, one of the biggest corporations, you know, Nike warehouses, you know, in the whole country pretty much. I worked there for about a good year and some change. And honestly, that was like one of the easiest jobs that I've ever had in my life. You know what I'm saying? I've worked a few jobs, but that Nike warehouse is probably hands down one of the easiest jobs that I've even dealt with before. But with that being said, man, like an average day, you know, at Nike, you know, you start out, you know, you come through the gate, the security gate and all that good stuff. They got a lot of security inside their bed because, you know, of course, there's a lot of merchandise. You know, you get unreleased shoes that's, you know, being released, you know, shoes that's getting ready to get shipped out, all that good stuff. So, of course, they got to have, you know, all kind of security measures in place. You got a gate guard at the front gate when you drive through. Then you got the metal detector with more security you got to get through. So it's plenty of security. It's security on security inside that warehouse. So with that being said, man, you get inside there, you go to work, you clock in, all that good stuff. And one of my favorite things about working on a day shift at that Nike warehouse, man, is getting that breakfast. Now, a lot of people don't know, but that Nike warehouse has like a cafeteria inside of it. And when I say, man, them chefs be in that junk cooking it up like for breakfast in the morning time, man, I'm talking about omelets, pancakes, waffles, like scrambled eggs, chicken bit, all that good stuff, man. Like I'm talking about you getting fed good. Like I'm talking about, and this is before you even start your work day. You get up, you know what I'm saying, get there a little early, get you your breakfast, you know, they in there, you know, the chef, they in there chefing it up. And you know what I'm saying, you get you a good little meal. Now you feel better about, you know, going to work. Or sometimes you eat a little bit too much, you be a little sleepy, so you kind of really don't put as much work in as you would if you was like wide awake. But that's one thing I do miss about working at that warehouse is the food, man. They food, you know what I'm saying, when it hit. But there are some times where I'm like, okay, what y'all got going on? But for the most part, the food was, you know what I'm saying, was pretty A1. And the prices wasn't bad either, man. I'm talking about you paying cheap prices for like, you know, a full breakfast meal as opposed to going somewhere like Waffle House, even McDonald's breakfast, man. I'm talking about you really paying a little to nothing for their breakfast inside that warehouse. But enough about the food, man. I'm getting to like, you know, some other stuff that's going on inside the warehouse too. So like I said, man, you got all the shoes, clothes, you know, socks, t-shirts, all that good stuff coming out that warehouse. Now I have seen plenty of heat inside that warehouse. You know, it is the Nike warehouse. Now this particular part right here is where it get kind of, you know what I'm saying, kind of iffy about the shoes. So y'all know on the sneakers app, you know, they do the draw, you know, shoes come out, you know, y'all put your bid in for the draw. Either you get it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times the shoes will say sold out, like boom, oh man, the shoes sold out. Now, in the warehouse, there are a lot of shoes everywhere, like shoes everywhere in a certain particular part of the warehouse. Now, with that being said, take that how you want to take it as far as stuff being sold out. But that's all I'm gonna say about that. You know what I'm saying? Stuff sells out on the app, but just take that how you want to take it with stuff being sold out. And I'm gonna leave it at that about, you know, the sneakers app, and when it says you didn't get selected and your size is gone. There are a lot of shoes in the warehouse, a lot, but I cannot confirm nor deny if those shoes that are sold out in the app are sitting inside the warehouse. So with that being said, man, like average day, there are multiple departments inside the warehouse. You got your department that deals with like the clothing, you know what I'm saying? They call it the clothing equipment, like socks, you know, stuff like that. So some people, you know, work in the department with just straight socks and, you know, t-shirts and stuff like that. So, you know, on an average day, you get an order in, you know what I'm saying? Let's say you get a wave of orders. You get those orders in, you're like, okay, boom, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this. So you scan, you know, whatever it is, whatever sock it may be. And that's the area I worked. I work with like a lot of the soccer department stuff. So I did like shin guards, knee pads, socks, soccer balls. And I was there like around when the World Cup was like at an all-time high. So I'm talking about we pushing out boom, 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 like straight like soccer balls, shin guards, knee pads, these knee-high socks, you know what I'm saying? All kind of good stuff. So we pushing this stuff out. So, you know what I'm saying? On the average day, you pushing thousands and thousands and thousands of like soccer apparel, you know, socks, all that good stuff out in my department. Now, I have worked in the department with the shoes, and that's like some of the same kind of format, but it's like a little bit different. So when you get the shoes, you know what I'm saying, you get your little, you know, your little scan gun, they call it a zebra. Get your little zebra, whatever, and on the gun, it tells you exactly word for it's when I say this, the job is so easy, like it's almost impossible to mess up. The gun tells you word for word, hour by hour, like where to go to get these shoes or whatever your case may be, whatever you got to get. The gun is gonna tell you what to do. So you look at the gun, it'll tell you to go to, you know, such and such aisle and pick up, you know, on this row, 3 pairs of whatever shoe it may be. So you scan it, you type in how many pairs you got inside the gun, you know, if it's like 3 pairs, 4 pairs, etc., etc. You put in this little black tote, put in the little conveyor belt, let it do its thing, goes down, then in turn, that's when those shoes get shipped to a different area, and those people in that area, you know, they box them up, you know, put them all together, you know what I'm saying, put the labels on them, and then they ship them out to the consumer, which is, you know, you, me, you know what I'm saying, whoever else is ordering from whatever the case may be. Even though a lot of the shoes, like, you know, when they go to like Finish Line, Foot Locker, Dick's Sporting Goods, you know, all that good stuff, like anything inside there, you know, it's all starts off at the distribution center first. You know, it all gets packed up, shipped out, you know what I'm saying? Then it goes to, you know, some of your favorite retail stores, like again, like Foot Locker, Foot Action, Finish Line, etc., etc. So the people inside the Nike distribution center kind of get first hands on of like whatever order goes out. So once again, take that how you want to take it when certain things happen with certain orders. But that's a different, you know what I'm saying, topic for a different, you know, yeah, I kind of get, if you kind of can read between the lines, you kind of understand what I'm trying to say. But that doesn't happen often, you know what I'm saying? Orders don't get messed up often. When I worked there, I didn't see too many discrepancies or too many things getting, you know, sent to the wrong place, or too many things, you know, ended up missing. I didn't see too much of that. But, you know what I'm saying, you know, mistakes can happen, you know, people do mess up, but it's not often inside their warehouse. And when they do make mistakes, they get fixed pretty easily, you know what I'm saying? So you shouldn't have to worry about too often, you know, things getting missing, because I've ordered plenty of shoes from the sneakers app, plenty of shoes from the Nike app, and I've never had an issue, you know what I'm saying, with getting my orders in on time and, you know, with no issues. But another thing about the Nike warehouse, right, or Nike in general, you have 2 types of employees inside their warehouse. And even, I don't know if at the retail store is the same, but I know the warehouse for sure. You get 2 types of employees. You got your white badge employees and you got your black badge employees. So the white badge employees, those are the ones that are temporary, they're going through an agency, you know, they're not hired directly through Nike. Then you have, they also are part-time, so they're not really full-time, they're not full-time employees. But then you have the black badge employees. I was a black badge employee, so I get all the benefits, you know, all the good stuff Nike had to offer, the 50% discount, 50% off discount, I should say, you know, of all the shoes, you know, clothes, whatever the case may be. Whenever, no matter what Jordan it was, no matter what Nike, no matter what it was, if it came to the Nike employee store, if it even came to like the Nike app, I got 40% on the app and 50% in person. So the discount is like one of the best things that you can get at Nike. When I say 50%, I'm talking about like the J's that just dropped. Like you see them on y'all app, y'all paying like, you know, 200 or 180, whatever the case may be for the shoes. It's 50% off for all employees, all full-time employees with the black badge. So we pretty much got like, you know, showed a lot of love. You know what I'm saying? They showed us love when it came to the discount, when it came to clothes, shoes. So I was racking up on tech suits, you know what I'm saying, shoes, clothes, socks, whatever the case may be. If it was inside their warehouse and I had, well, not warehouse, but inside the employee store and it dropped inside there, best believe I was inside their store. Now keep in mind, you might think it's, oh, you got a discount, you know, you got the employee store, it's easy for you to cop. You would think it's easy. But sometimes, man, they did, you know, they had like little draws and stuff too. When we was there, they had like little raffles you had to put in, you know, you had to put a raffle and get your bid in, and then if you got chosen, then you get to get the shoes. Sometimes you didn't always get chosen, so you kind of got left out for certain pairs. But a lot of times, pairs were first come, first served at that employee store. But when I say you got to be there early, because trust and believe, you got to think about how many people work at that warehouse. That's a pretty big warehouse, you know what I'm saying? It's the biggest Nike distribution center in America. So with that being said, you know that them lines be around the corner at that warehouse. There's been times where I've been standing in that line for like 2 hours for a pair of shoes. But they have a lot of shoes there, but you got to get there at a certain time to, make sure you get your size secured. Because if not, you're going to be a little out of luck wondering like, man, I wish I could have got this size because I didn't get there at a certain time. And, this, that, and the third. So, yeah, the discount was love. Yeah, we got them on the shoes, but you still had to stand in line like everybody else did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we have a better chance than the average consumer, but we still got to, do the same thing as y'all. Now, another thing Nike did have that I did enjoy that they had there, they had a state-of-the-art gym inside their warehouse. I'm talking about like you can get you a good workout in between your break. You can have your lunch break instead of going to lunch, because we get like a 45-minute lunch break. So if you ain't want to, eat no food, you got a back there. You can hoop inside the gym. You can lift weights, get on the treadmill, whatever the case may be. Whatever you want to do, you can do it inside their warehouse. That gym was definitely state-of-the-art. It was a nice gym. You know what I'm saying? I never really had no issues with it. So that's another thing I can say that was a positive thing about that Nike warehouse. And an average day inside that warehouse, man, like depending on what shift you're on, there were multiple shifts they had. They had a weekend shift. They had like a shift that works like Tuesday through Friday. And then they had a shift they were trying to, bring up in that warehouse, the one I worked in at least, where it was Monday through Friday. So an average day for me would get there at 8 in the morning and leave by 4:30. You know what I'm saying? It was a smooth, chill day. Like I've never had a day where I'm sweating, where like I'm hurting, I'm in pain. Like, cause you're not really doing nothing, no crazy manual labor. Like, if you think about it, man, like how much do you think a pair of shoes weighs? You know what I'm saying? You're not lifting no 100-pound boxes, no 75-pound box. Like everything is light. You know what I'm saying? It's a light day. So yeah, you might be on your feet a lot. You might be like walking around, because the warehouse is huge, so it's a lot of walking around. But with that being said, man, it's just a bunch of walking. It's not like no heavy lift. You're not carrying nothing on your back, walking through the warehouse. You just, you know what I'm saying, doing your little thing, whatever the case may be, whatever you may be at, you just doing your thing there, and then boom, you done. Like, it's not no crazy manual labor. Like, yeah, when you got to push those orders out, they coming like back to back to back to back to back. But with that being said, you're not really, you know what I'm saying, doing no crazy like lifting and stuff like this. You're not really putting too much strain on your body inside that warehouse. It's mainly just strain on your, your feet. When you just on your feet all day, you just got to constantly stand up and walk around, because there's no chairs in the area. You know what I'm saying? You don't have like nowhere to sit down while you're doing your work. Now, certain areas they have people that do sit down, but majority of the time, 9 times out of 10, you working that warehouse, you on your feet. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're like a manager or something like that, you basically on your feet. But Nike, you know what I'm saying, like I said, man, it was a chill job, easy job. I never had no issues. That's one job that like it's almost impossible to get fired for. You really got to either mess up in your job or like disrespect somebody in a way to get fired from that job. So that's one of those jobs that is like, if you get on at that job, man, like if you just do your job, you can be there for 5, 10, however many years. Me, I had other plans in mind, so that's why I'm not working at Nike no more. I had other things to take care of. But one thing about Nike, that they do show love to their employees. Man, if you work there for 5 years, at least 5 years, that employee discount is with you for life. So that 50% off, that 40% off, whatever the case may be, if you a full-time black badge Nike employee, that discount is gonna be with you for the end of time. Like, you can use it, your family can use it, whoever else you want to have to use it, but you got to be careful. You can't really abuse that discount, because they do keep track of how much you spend, what's going in and out. There are people who kind of abuse the discount. There are people who buy the shoes. Of course, they'll buy the shoes, and then all of a sudden they buy them for like, let's say it's a pair that's like, 100, a pair of dunks. Most dunks range like $100. They get them for 50 and turn around and flip those same dunks for like $200. So they're making a crazy profit. But you're not supposed to sell shoes that you buy from the Nike, employee store, because that's against Nike's rules and regulations. So you can get in trouble, you can get fired, whatever the case may be. So that might be one of the ways you could get fired if you get caught doing something like that. So that's one thing that you're not supposed to be doing, working at that warehouse. But I can't say that everybody follows that rule, but you know what I'm saying? I can say that that is the rule. So I don't know what everybody else does with that rule. So once again, take that how you want to take it. But all in all, man, Nike, the distribution center, the warehouse, whatever you want to call it, Pretty simple, chill, laid back job, man. You know, like I said, one of the easiest warehouse jobs I've ever seen before. It's almost impossible to get fired. Food good, chill job. You got a gym inside there, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes special guests come through and talk to us. You know, we've had people like Ja Morant come through, you know what I'm saying? The CEO of Nike came through. This is in the city of Memphis, you know what I'm saying? Not no LA, not no, you know what I'm saying, Miami, Atlanta, not none of those big cities. This is, you know, even though Memphis is like somewhat of a big city, but it's not one of those, you know, mainstream cities you would hear about like on TV, online or something like that. So the distribution center down in Memphis, you know what I'm saying, it is a good job. The pay is good, the benefits is good, you know what I'm saying? So if you in the city of Memphis or you plan on relocating to Memphis and you want a good job, man, I'm telling you, man, if you want to just do something chill at the warehouse, Nike is a pretty chill job in my opinion. I didn't have too many. There were sometimes I had like certain problems with some things, but all in all, man, the job and the actual like workforce and the workplace was pretty simple. You know what I'm saying? Of course, every job has their issues with communication and other issues like that, but overall, it wasn't to the point where I'm like, I just didn't want to show up. You know what I'm saying? Like, once again, it's one of those jobs, like, it's almost impossible to get fired. So take that about the whole showing up thing, how you want to take that too. But I'm not gonna say too much about that, because once again, I'm not gonna incriminate nobody or get nobody, you know, no issues, none of that, you know what I'm saying? Throw nobody in the bus, nothing like that. But overall, man, the job was easy, a cake job. Once again, good food, easy work, easy money. You get paid bi-weekly. They had bonuses, you know, year round if y'all met y'all certain quota and certain goals. So that's definitely one of those jobs that, like, if you look out for them, they're gonna for sure look out for you. And there's plenty of opportunities there for advancement, plenty of opportunities for improvement, for, like, you know, bonus, like I said, the bonus, the raise, you know what I'm saying, all that good stuff. So once again, if you plan on moving to Memphis, or if you're living in Memphis, you're looking for, you know, you're thinking about working there, you don't know much about it, hey, it's an easy job, man. Just all you gotta do is just follow the basic simple rules, you know what I'm saying? And that's not too many strenuous rules, or not too many strict rules, I should say, at Nike. So it's one of them jobs, man, as long as you do the basics, you set, you know what I'm saying? You in there. You ain't gotta worry about nothing else, no crazy stuff going on. So with all that being said, man, you know, hopefully this video helps you understand a little bit more about what goes on at Nike inside of the warehouse, you know, how easy the job is, you know, the difference between like the black badge employees and the white badge employees, all that good stuff, you know, just the basics, like the skin deep, you know, basics. Nothing that's gonna go too deep into it, stuff that you will find out once you working inside the warehouse, you know, if you decide to work at that warehouse, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But I gave y'all the basics, you know what I'm saying, nothing that can say too much about really what goes on inside there. But y'all get the gist and a certain understanding of how like an average day inside the warehouse is. But with all that being said, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna be putting out plenty more content. You know, I got more events to go to, more sneakers to unbox, all that good stuff, man. So y'all stay tuned for those. I ain't gonna just, you know, not get unboxing videos. You know, I got plenty of stuff on the way to unbox. You know what I'm saying? It's still more shoes coming out this year, more stuff to unbox. So y'all gonna see, y'all stay tuned for that. And with all that being said, man, make sure y'all smashing that subscribe button. Y'all turn the notification bell on. Y'all pressing that share button. Y'all telling a friend and tell a friend, and make sure that friend tell another friend. With all that being said, man, I appreciate y'all for watching my videos. I'm catching y'all in the next one, man. Peace.